Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. I would love if you would join our little fragrance community. And today I have a very highly requested video. This is the new Ariana Grande fragrance, R.E.M. So if you guys are interested in hearing what this fragrance is all about, what it smells like, if it's worth it, and just my thoughts on it, then definitely stay tuned. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Hi guys, so welcome back. As you can see, I am currently drinking coffee. As you know, in all my videos, I'm either having coffee or tea, and I actually designed my own coffee mug. I am loving this. It just came today. It's so cute. And you know how sometimes when you design coffee mugs or t-shirts or something with those online design companies, sometimes the quality is terrible. I'm really impressed with this. The writing on this is absolutely perfect. You cannot find a flaw, and it's white, so it's simple, and it goes with the decor of my house. Okay guys, so as you can see from the title, today we are reviewing Ariana Grande's new fragrance, which is called R.E.M. I have been really looking forward to getting my hands on this, and I finally got it a few days ago, and I've been wearing it so that I could give you guys a really accurate depiction of how this performs, how I like it, what I think it's appropriate for, and I guess we'll start off with the box. So as you can see, it's kind of like a futuristic, like a space, intergalactic sort of a depiction of Ariana Grande. She's in kind of like a superhero woman costume. Cartoon version. There's like this little intergalactic gun thing on the side. I'm not really sure. I have not done a lot of reading about this, and I couldn't really find anywhere online about what this was going for or like the impression she was trying to give. I'm also not sure in this case what REM stands for. The only REM I know is rapid eye movement, so I don't know what she was trying to depict with REM in this fragrance. But otherwise, it's just kind of a young, cutesy, pink, purplish type of box. I actually really like the colors of the box. I really like pastel colors. And then we have the bottle itself. So all of Ariana Grande's fragrances have been coming in these little packages. I've actually seen some people review these where they could not get the bottle out of the package. Mine comes out very easily, and in fact, it kind of like wobbles around, which I don't like. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Ariana's fragrances. I find them all to be a little bit juvenile and a little bit young. Even Cloud, although Cloud smells really good, and sometimes I'm tempted to go back and try it again for myself, I still found Cloud to be overall too young for me, so I did gift it to my daughter. To me, it still had a celebrity fragrance vibe. It wasn't anything crazy remarkable. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but for me, it just wasn't anything I was willing to keep in my collection for myself. That being said, this is a little bit of a spoiler alert, but this might be my favorite Ariana Grande fragrance that she has ever come out with. This is what the little case looks like, I guess, if you want to call it that. This is made of plastic. On camera, it actually looks pretty awesome. I really like crystals. I've always really liked crystals, and I think that's what this is supposed to be. To me, it looks like the perfume is like growing out of the ground, or like it's a beautiful thing that nature has created, which is what crystals are. They are just made from different minerals that have been compressed for a really long time, and then they emerge into these really beautiful crystalline structures, and they're absolutely perfect. So this is really beautiful, but it is very plasticky. Yeah, so super plasticky. I'm not a fan of gaudy plastic containers. To me, I really would give her fragrances, I think, a little bit more attention if they were just in a really nice glass bottle. So I could do without this. This is what the bottle itself looks like. I am a much bigger fan of just the bottle than I am the packaging that it comes in. The lid as well is made of plastic, so it looks quite nice, but again, it's made of plastic. It also has a plastic smell, which I don't like. I think they could have done a nicer job to appeal to an older audience, probably, if they just would have kept the bottle like this with some sort of a classy little lid, the way Chanel does. I think that would have been a really nice way to do it. But obviously, Ariana Grande is a huge superstar, very popular among the younger crowds, so I can see why they have like the bubble letters and not a super classy package. So let's quickly go over what the notes are in this fragrance, and then I'll tell you what it smells like, show you how the atomizer works, and all of that good stuff. So this opens up with quince, fig, salt, caramel, and zephyr. I hope I'm saying that properly. It could be zephyr. I think it's zephyr. Zephyr is what looks to be a really delicious gourmand note. I have never smelt it by itself. In the middle, we have lavender and pear blossom, and in the base, we have tonka bean, white musk, and sandalwood. So first, let's give it a spray on the paper, and then we can talk a little bit more about what it smells like to me. Okay, so when I first spray this, the lavender is very, very strong to me. I definitely get that lavender. There is a super gourmandy kind of a feel to it. Somebody had said that this smells a little bit like macaroons, and I wouldn't argue with that. To me, it definitely has a little bit of a sweet, almost like a meringue type of a pastry quality about it. And I do get a little bit of that salt. So what really drew me to this fragrance was I was really hoping for like a salty lavender fragrance. And let me tell you what I think this smells like. To me, this is a really pleasant, slightly sweet, salty lavender skin scent. That is how I would describe it. I've seen mixed reviews about this. I've seen people talking about that it smells a little masculine. Some people said they can't smell anything at all. Some people have compared it to cloud. It does have a little bit of an intimacy to it. If you have ever smelled Clean Skin from Clean Reserve, that fragrance also has salt and tonka bean, I believe, and I think it has praline. It smells very much like a sweet, freshly out of the shower, clean skin scent, but with a little bit of sweat on it, if that makes any sense. The saltiness in there makes it smell like a little bit of a salty skin scent. To me, that's what this smells like. It's like a lavender sweet skin scent. It really, really reminded me of Clean Skin, but a little bit less strong and with added lavender. So they've kind of replaced that praline with the sweet kind of zephyr note and the caramel. And then they've also added an aromatic lavender. So it has almost like a clean linen, clean dryer sheet vibe, but then it also has that Clean Skin smell, which is very, very sexy. I have to say, I do find this fragrance to have quite a lot more sex appeal than all of Ariana's other fragrances. This is also the most mature of her scents. I find this to be far and beyond like the most mature fragrance that she has come out with so far. It does have a sweet sensuality to it, and it also has like a skin-like intimate kind of a vibe to it. So I've just gone ahead and sprayed it on my hand here so that I could give you guys a little bit of a fresh feeling of how I feel when I spray it on my skin. Yeah, and it is different on the skin than it is on your clothing and on paper. On the skin, it's sweet, it's lavender, but it's not overpoweringly sweet. This is an eau de parfum concentration, but to me it behaves a little bit more like an eau de toilette in the strength aspect and in the projection aspect. It is not a huge projector. It doesn't fill a room. To be honest, when I first sprayed this, I was pretty sure I would not get more than about an hour's worth of wear. However, this actually lasted a good 2.5 hours, still pretty strong on my skin. It also stayed on my skin throughout having a bath. When I came out of the bath, I could still smell it on my skin. And also on the shirt that I was wearing, I sprayed 2 sprays on my shirt, and the next day I could still smell it pretty strongly on my shirt. It didn't last much longer than that after I put the shirt back on, because it was just kind of a lounging shirt. After I put the shirt back on, within an hour or two, the smell was pretty much gone. So it did last overnight on clothing, and it did last a good 2.5 to 3 hours on my skin before I felt like I needed to reapply. So that being said, it's not the worst when it comes to projection, but it's definitely not the best I've ever had either. It's a pleasant, slightly sexy, subtly sweet, salty lavender skin scent. That is the best way for me to describe this. I think it's very pretty. It's my favorite one out of the Ariana Grande line. I think because it is the most mature, it is the most unique. It's one of the more complex fragrances as well. She has a little bit more going on in there than she does in some of her other ones. And I feel like lavender is the note of the year. If there's a note of the year, it has to be lavender, because they are throwing lavender in everything these days. So let me go ahead and tell you what I think about overall. For myself, I would give the packaging on this quite a low rating, like maybe a 3. It looks beautiful, like visually pleasing initially, but it's very plasticky, it's very young, it's not something that I would want on my dresser. I really like the scent. It wouldn't be my favorite. For me, it's probably sitting around a 5 or a 6. Is it one that I will keep in my collection for a long time? I don't know. I have to play around with it a little bit more often. I did wear it last night as well, and my significant other did kind of do a double sniff. I could tell that he was kind of sniffing the air a little bit when I walked past him, and I asked if he liked it, and he said he did like it, but it wasn't like, oh my God, you smell good, or wow, is that ever whatever. Like, it wasn't a crazy response. And as far as the longevity goes, I would give this, again, not a great rating, but not the worst rating. I would say it's probably about a 5 or a 6 in terms of performance and longevity. It does not fill a room. It's very soft. It becomes a skin scent quite quickly. A couple of hours after wearing it, it is a skin scent. That being said, it's the type of scent that would make somebody want to get closer to you. It would make them, I think, want to come closer and do another sniff because it smells really nice. It just smells pleasant, a little bit salty, a little bit like a dryer sheet, a little bit cozy, a little bit sweet. It is nice, but it's definitely, to me, an intimate skin scent. That's what I think of it. So overall, for this fragrance, you guys, I would have to give it about a 5 out of 10. So that's taking into account the smell, the performance, the packaging, everything all into one. I would give it about a 5 out of 10. That's my personal feelings on it. I think I will wear this. I think I would wear this to bed. I think I would wear this in an intimate situation when I was going to be very close with somebody, because I think that's probably the only time they would actually be able to smell it on me. It's a very subtle, soft, less than an arm's length kind of a fragrance, and doesn't last for a really long time. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I have to say about Ariana Grande R.E.M. Hope that you guys enjoyed. So you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope that you really enjoyed hearing my thoughts on Ariana Grande's R.E.M. Do head on over and follow me on Instagram if you have Instagram. I would love to see you guys there. I've been having a lot of really great conversations and forming some really good relationships with you guys, and I would love to see you. And until next time, I hope everybody has a great week. Bye for now.